Previously on Open for Adventure.
I
We
thought
will
you wanted
make.
me to tell you stuff about being a paladin.
I mean, if you got stuff to share, I will, and I'll
yeah.
find a rock and I'll like dust off the snow and I'll sit my butt down and I'm
Well,
listening.
don't die.
Good.
Don't.
Yep. Rule number
more
one.
importantly, don't let your friends die.
So, is there anything else more important than that I haven't already failed at?
She's still alive though, and sometimes not letting your friends die is about knowing the right people. It's not always about being able to bring them back.
Well,
It's about knowing who to fight and who to help, and when to quit, when to stand your ground. Something tells me you're used to knowing when to quit.
yeah, you're not wrong.
Leona. I hope that you will forgive my subterfuge in this matter. I had a good friend ages ago, and you remind me blah, 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 blah. Deirdre, I may never know the source of your fear, but I do know the terror of uncertainty. Remember that fear is natural. Anyone who tells you they have no fear is either lying or a great fool. Courage, though, is standing up in the face of that fear. I see much courage in you, little one. You possess the ferocity of a mother dragon protecting her brood. Kesra, you are filled with anger. This is neither a good or bad quality. Fury at the sight of great evil has been the turning point of countless battles, while enmity without a purpose has cost innumerable innocents their lives. Do not allow your anger to wield you. In the darkest places, that is where the light shines the brightest. I have faith in you.
And as you move closer towards Wolf Crest, the snow is getting higher and higher, and you crest over a large hill. And just when you say this, Kesra, you look down, and you see in front of you a battle like you have never seen in your life. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men and women of all races fight to the death in a white and red field. The rider does come up. Leona, you recognize this as the Warden's son, Xandrin.
Andrin!
Oh, Leona, is that correct?
Yes.
It's a pleasure to see you again. Might I ask, what are you doing here?
Just making a trip.
Is it true that you mean to only go through?
Well, I did have some errands in the city, but it looks like we've got quite the pickle on our hand with the Empire coming down like this. I could very much understand the city being barred for the moment, so if we are able to, we could move on, unless there is some aid we could lend to you.
Oh, well, your timing is impeccable, really. We've been fighting for 2 or 3 weeks on and off. The tides only having just changed after the general disappeared. The Empire's general, of course.
I see. And which general is this?
The Crowned Prince, actually. He rode off just yesterday.
And then when I'm in my own hut, I will get under my blanket and I'll pull up my stone so no one can see or hear me. Hi, Roman. Haven't heard from you in a while. Just wanted to make sure you're doing okay.
Leona? Dear, are you okay?
I am. Are you okay?
I am. Where are you going?
We're going north of Wolfcrest.
There's nothing north of Wolfcrest except for mountains.
Well, we're going on a hike. You heard of the Well of Wonders?
The Well of Wonder.
Oh, yes, that.
I've heard of it in fairy tales, yes.
So would I. We're chasing a fairy tale.
The pines up here, their leaves are almost the shades of emeralds. And their bark, which is normally a light, kind of soft brown, is a much darker, like highly tanned leather, like the color of the ground. And they are thicker, they are larger, as if they have been here for longer. They are taller, and they are closer together.
Hey. Sunshine Sparkles, one of you might remember this. Wasn't there a thing about pine trees? In the thing?
Yes, I think so.
Didn't it tell us not to do something with the pine trees?
Didn't it say there were...
I mean, I'm looking at it and it says sleep not beneath dark pine tree.
So I think we should keep going.
Regardless of what we do, we need to make the decision real soon before something else makes the decision for us.
I vote we stay but set watch.
I agree with Deirdre. I think we'd be putting ourselves at an, even though I know that we're in a bit of a rush, we're putting ourselves more at risk by going deeper into the forest tonight and pushing through.
I agree. I think we should, one night's rest and then that should get us ready for whatever might be waiting for us in there.
All right.
All right then.
Should be great.
Will be interesting to say the least.
The sun is beginning to set. And despite the poem's warnings, you have decided to take your ease beneath the dark pines.
Guys!
So therefore, you will face the consequences like a natural 20.
Mother.
You're going to take 30 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw as a winter wolf comes leaping out of the trees. You are knocked prone, and a second one comes out and is going to make a bite attack against you. At advantage because you are prone. It's a natural 19. You're going to take another 12 points of piercing damage.
I go out because I am squishy.
I need everybody to roll initiative. As a pack
Well,
of winter wolves comes at you from all sides. And it's gonna get Alexander, Mondi, Deirdre, and the skeletons. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws except for Mondi. Mondi. As this last blast of cold hits you, your eyes go wide and you look up and over at Deirdre, who is prone next to you. Her silver hair kind of messily blending in with the snow. You see the face of your father in his human form as he pulls away from you after he had dropped you off from being abducted by horn devils. You see the face of your friends, Leona, laughing and singing, Kessra, shaking her head as you beat her in another gamble. You're once again haunted by Theophania Runebringer. Eyes wide, white, dark circles underneath the face of your adopted mother. And then you see Deirdre. And both of you in that moment recognize exactly what is happening. As you reach your hand out, touch her hair, the air leaves your lungs one more time, and everything goes black.
I want to reach my hand like over to try to touch her face or her hair and just say, I'm so sorry.
They start from my hands and they converge in the diamond. And it spreads out from there. Like if you've ever seen Tangled and how the golden threads of light just continue to wrap around. It's very similar. It's very soft and warm.
In this moment, it seems like time has stopped for you and everyone watching. The winter wolves around you seem to have, for a lack of a better word, frozen. And as you place this diamond on his chest, and the diamond fades into etherealness, into nothing, turning to dust, blowing away in the wind. Monty's breath returns to him in a single gasp. His white eyes open. Blood still pouring from him. He's still unconscious. But
Fine.
all of this is happening at once as you guys start to get onto the horses. These winter wolves begin to converge on you, biting at the horses, biting at Red. Unfortunately, Kessler, you watch as one of the winter wolves takes a huge chunk out of the back. As you guys take off through the woods, you see she's leaving behind a massive trail of blood.
Right.
You guys run for a solid 10 minutes, and then you see it. A clearing. A huge clearing, in the center of which is a massive lake. And as the sun has begun to set, you look above, your heart's racing, adrenaline running through your veins. And what do you see? But the auroras. Bright greens, yellows, purples, reds light up the sky. Like nothing you've ever seen. It almost doesn't look real. The way the ribbons dance in the sky, like some god's playthings. Your eyes go wide. Horses automatically slow. You look behind you. You're not being followed. And then you look down, and you see copies of this aurora through the snow. And as your horses walk and displace some of the icy precipitation that's fallen to the ground, you see that there are runes carved in the ground, lighting up the colors of the aurora borealis, leading the way forward towards the mountains, the dark pines behind you. And that's where we're going to pick up next session. Hello! Starting off the session great with my mic muted. Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys liked that not entirely too brief recap. But Twitch lets us Twitch has this new feature that lets us combine clips into a kind of like a what you've just seen. So, friends, as you saw last we left off, our adventurers seeking the Well of Wonder are north of Wolfcrest in a large clearing. What are you guys doing? As you guys are don't mind me while I just figure my music situation out, you guys. As you guys are continuing on forward, you look behind you and you see Red now limping, crimson blood dripping into the snow behind her. Following her lead are the other two horses. You guys are muted. Can we start that again, please? I'm so sorry. I'm an asshole. Somebody say something. You guys are... It's not... Hold on. Hold on, guys.
You're behind you.
Here we go.
You're not on my horse.
Y'all are
Oh.
not muted anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Deirdre, Madi, and Leona on red, and then me and Blondie are on different
I
horses.
thought I was okay.
No, you got on red
That's right.
first.
Did Red come back? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
So, before we continue, a few notes. One, Nevin will not be able to join us tonight. And two, if Minnie's background looks a little different than it normally does, it's because she is here in Texas with us.
What? Where am I?
Oh my gosh. So you look behind you and you do see that there are two horses behind you.
Okay, cool. Good to know. We
Go
still have.
ahead with your rhetorical question, Casper.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, now I gotta like rev it right back up again. I was really starting to get. God dang. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna walk around on the horse in front of everybody, and I'm going to say, does anybody know where we are right now? Don't answer because that's a rhetorical question. We're at the top of the fucking world. We are literally in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing, and I mean fucking nothing beyond those mountains in that direction. We are literally days from anyone at all. And the chances, the infinitesimally small chances that we meet anybody up here, the chance that they will be our friend, even fucking smaller. Even fucking smaller. We are literally on our own out here. We are not days from friends. We can't pop over to a town to take a nap. We aren't going to the city to meet our boyfriend. We're not visiting our hometown to check on our parents. We are literally chasing a fairy tale because some bitch in a tree said it might help. Okay? So either we fully fucking commit to following this shitty ass poem word for word, or we leave. Because if we keep saying, oh, it says not to do this, but let's do this anyway, then we're gonna fucking die. We will literally, all of us, die. And no one will know because we are in the middle of fucking nowhere. We need you guys to just... Either we keep going and we take the chance that maybe we have to not sleep for a night, or 2 nights, or 3 nights. Maybe we don't eat for a day or 2. Maybe you have to hold your piss for an extra 5 hours. This is what adventure is, you guys. It's not fun. Maybe in the end, it'll be worth all the not funness. But we got to get there first. So you either decide that we're doing this, or we turn back around and we go home. Because wishy-washiness will not work up here. At all. In any fucking way. And if we're going to do this, then I am implementing the fucking buddy system. If I see anyone more than 5 feet away from somebody else for any fucking reason, I will strangle you with my bare hands. And there will be nothing you can do about it. That goes for you too, Blondie. Welcome to the shit show, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great fucking time. Literally, not to sleep beneath the fucking pine trees was the least threatening thing in that entire fucking poem. The least threatening thing. So if we're going, we need to go with the intention of surviving, please. And accepting that we're going to be uncomfortable. Now, if you all could figure out where we go next, that'll be great. I'm going to turn around, take 5 steps in the other direction, and take the next 3 minutes to contemplate my life and my choices. All right? So if you guys could figure that out, that would be wonderful. I'm going to turn my horse around, move precisely 5 feet away, sit, and fume.
You all look and you see that Monty is staring down at the mane of his horse, almost consumed by either Kesra's words or his own thoughts and feelings. And is visibly distant. Although still seems to be paying attention, he is quiet.
Well, she's right. It was definitely the least dangerous thing in that riddle, though probably one of the more cryptic. That being said, I do believe it says that we should move when the daylight dims, and we've seen these runes, and I'll prestidigitation. Are the runes on the snow, or are they peeking through the snow?
The runes are peeking through the snow. The thicker the snowfall is on the ground, the more kind of, the less opaque, more opaque? Whatever they are. But if you can see where the snow is thinner, you can see the more defined runes.
Okay. Then I will prestidigitation kind of just as much of an area as I can over the course of, 10 or 30 seconds. Are we seeing, is it tight packed runes? Is it like big runes every 5 feet? Like, what are we seeing?
You're seeing, as you look down, a path essentially of single large runes. Each rune is about a foot, a square foot. And the glow extends to about 3 feet on either side of them. It's not that it's particularly bright, but it seems to kind of emanate, creating this path forward. And you can see that under it as you look down the runes, they shift with the same movement as the aurora. They shift with the same colors as the aurora. They seem to be reflections of it, almost, as if they are only here when the aurora is.
And are they in any legible language?
What languages do you read?
Too many. Although probably not useful ones. Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, Infernal, Primordial, and Undercommon.
Okay. I actually just thought about this, and I don't know if this language has a written form. Hold on. It appears to be, you would recognize it as Dwarvish script, ish, but it looks to be a specific dialect of Primordial.
Oh. Okay.
You can make an intelligence check to discern, maybe possibly narrow down, because you know that there are 4 dialects of Primordials.
Okay, I speak Dwarvish. Does anything look familiar?
Not particularly. It's just using the Dwarvish script.
Intelligence. That would be a 15.
You know that there are 4 dialects of Primordial: Auran, Aquan, Ignan, and Terran. And with that intelligence check, you can imagine that this is either Auran or Terran.
Okay. Speaking Primordial, do I then speak those languages, or I don't know how that works?
No, you do not speak those languages.
Okay.
You can kind of get, you understand what it is. It's essentially kind of a, they're less words and more kind of pictographs type situations of similar to ancient Egyptian writing on the walls situation. It's essentially, you see the runes for knowledge and searching and light. You also see some runes that stick out actually to you, like lovers and sacrifice and a word that looks sort of like what you would use to describe a horse and one you might use to describe an eagle. It's very kind of, it seems very displaced, but they all go forward towards this. You look and they kind of lead towards this one massive mountain ahead of you.
And they're skirting the lake. They're not going.
Yes, they're skirting around the lake. Yes, okay. yes, definitely.
Cool. Kestra, dear, I do think that we need to keep moving. According to this riddle, we do need to move when the light is dim, and it looks like these runes might be reflections of the aura, and I don't know how long those will last.
Okay. All right. Can you guys get off my horse, please? We have more horses. They followed.
I stumble off the horse and get on another.
Cool.
Before
Go on.
I was say before Deirdre, before you get on your horse, I'm gonna grab for your wrist. Are you okay? I'll glance towards Mondi, but I'm also gonna cast Healing Word
On
at 2nd level on Deirdre.
Okay.
But I did ask that question.
Yes, I'm fine. I'll be better once I get some rest. But Alexander's right. We need to keep going.
Okay.
Maldi also dismounts and gets onto his horse as well, and you notice that he does seem to be keeping his distance from you, Deirdre.
Deirdre, 9 points. I will get on a different horse.
When I get on Red, I'm gonna like subtly like put my hand on her shoulder, and I'm gonna see if I can do that lay on hands thing real well. I don't know if I do it well or not, but never
Roll
done
a
it
wisdom.
before.
Roll a wisdom check.
Try.
What are you thinking of when you do it?
Natural 19. It's
Okay.
check, then it's a 20. I'm super wise. Basically, I just don't want a giant gash in my horse anymore. So that's. I'm thinking of the giant gash in her leg, and the trail of blood, and the wolves aren't following us right now. But yeah. So.
As you lay your hand on your mount, who has not communicated with you at all telepathically since this event, or has not responded to you at least, has been obeying your commands but has not said anything. You look down and you see, how many lay of hands points are you putting into her?
I don't know. I don't know how to do points, so I'm just gonna like until it's gone.
Okay.
Or I can't do it anymore.
Okay. Essentially, you pull
I have
from
30
yeah. You pull from this well that you have discovered within you and watch as this massive gash that, as you look closer, realize that you have no idea how this horse is not limping or foundering, essentially. And because you can see bone.
She's a magic horse.
None of this works, whatever. And it's the sinew slowly starts to come back together and heal. And as it does, Red gives a shiver and gives that like a quick kick, like almost reflexively, and seems to calm down. And you feel tension begin to leave her body.
Okay, good. I don't know how that worked. It worked. Sweet. Okay. Whoever's. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying, and you hear a voice. You hear a gentle nudge of gratitude.
Thanks. I'm gonna gesture for Blondie, Sparkles, whoever's leading the way onwards. Oh, since we have all the horses, we have pretty much all of our stuff, right? Because we hadn't really
Yes, you have all of your
undone
things.
anything. Sweet. Good to know.
All right. Well, I can lead the way if you'd like, Kessera, but the path seems fairly straightforward.
How about
Perhaps.
y'all keep an eye on the path, and I'll keep an eye on like everything else.
All right. I guess we'll start following the runes, and every like 15 feet or so, I'm just going to press to digitation some of the snow in front of me, just so that I can kind of keep on making sure that there's runes happening.
That's easy enough for you to do. The land in front of you is, you realize about 10 feet from the ground, 10 feet up is a very fine mist, essentially. Not something that's really impeding your vision a whole lot. You still have your normal range, but something that's kind of keeping anything more than 60 or 50 feet away obscured. As you said, the path is fairly easy to follow. And as you skirt around this lake, your horse is kind of trudging through what is left of the snow, sticking close to the path, you can see that this lake next to you is much darker than you feel like any lake ought to be. Are you going to continue going forward?
I guess how close is the path leading us closer to the lake?
It leads you, the lake is right here, and it just leads you around it. Like, the path would have taken, like, a straight path would have taken you through the center, but it just kind of goes around it and is trying to go around.
Okay, and like, roughly we're 30, 40 feet from the water-ish?
About, yes.
Okay. Cool. Then, yeah, I guess we'll keep following it. If the path strays closer than like 20 feet to the water, I want to hold up the group and have a quick powwow.
It doesn't. It stays about 30, 40, 50. The closest it probably gets is 35 feet from the water.
I'm going to be keeping an eye out behind us, especially, but also just in general.
Okay. Kester, go ahead and have give me that perception check.
Cool. I don't know. I need to get better perception. I'm not very good at it. Oh well, it's natural 19, so mod 20.
Perfect. You are keeping a very sharp eye out. You look and you see that this path essentially is in a valley. Peaks rising up on either side, and you can imagine with your pretty decent survival abilities that as you head northwest to the northeast, those mountains on the other side of them, you know to be the glacial pass. You know that to be the sea. And you were heading slowly. Look, I drew a map, you guys. Isn't it really nice? It's not a really fancy map. You were heading past this first body of water. And as soon as you clear it, this takes you about, I will say, passing this body of water, because it is oblong. It will take you 2 or maybe 3 or 4 hours to pass. Is there anything you'd like to accomplish while you're doing this, while you're going through?
I think that Alexander is fairly concentrated on his task of keeping these runes in sight. So
very good. Can I get a marching order?
I guess it would be me up front. After that, I don't know.
I will be on the side of the line, going from next to Alexander, and then just kind of sort of pacing with the group.
Okay.
Attempting to keep an eye on things.
I think Leona's near the back.
Okay.
I'll probably be second then. I'm not paying attention. I'm writing in my journal.
Leona, you're near the back, and then Maldi is behind you.
Is he in the back? I'd probably keep him in front of me.
He's riding side by side with you.
Okay.
But is hanging back a little bit. Not because he's trying to lag behind, but because he's trying to keep distance. He, as you guys have noticed tonight, Nevin's rather quiet, so.
I will never be more than farther than 5 feet away from anybody, because
Okay.
I made that rule. I'm going to fucking keep that rule. But I will be sort of circling the group loosely.
Okay.
Trying to keep an eye on things.
Okay. About 4 hours pass before anything of note happens. It's getting deeper into the night, and you notice it's the strangest thing that the farther you go and the darker it gets, the brighter the aurora becomes. Almost as if this is not night, but some kind of eerie in-between, where your world is illuminated in greens and yellows and blues. The runes on the ground grow brighter as well, and it's quite easy to get lost in them and their beauty. In fact, Kesra, you almost don't see the movement for a while. Something shifts in the snow ahead of you. Slowly. Not quickly, just... At first you think it's the wind moving some snow about. And then you squint your eyes and you see a skeleton. And then the skeleton is in no hurry to go anywhere. He is ambling. They are ambling around. And you notice it's not just one, not two, not three. As you guys get further and further away from the lake, you enter this area, and within 100 feet of you, there are probably about 50 skeletons that are wandering this plain, this valley. So far, none of them have seemed to notice you. They do not come near the path. They do not approach the light. They only walk, directionless, around you.
So if we stay on the path, are we safe? Does the path end?
No, it keeps going.
Do we get the feeling that we'll be safe, or did they just, is it like just by chance that they're not by the lights, or is it like we gonna get eaten? Can we sneak up? Is there a way to stay on the path and like not catch their attention? Like how close are they?
You can certainly try.
Are we amidst them already?
You are approaching them. It's not that they're all huddled up together. It's like you see one as you're riding slowly. You see one. It kind of is off to the side, and then you look to your right, and there's another, and then another up ahead, and another over there, another way to the side.
Has Leona talked? Leona hasn't talked to Alexander mentally, has he?
Who?
Leona.
No.
Me? No. Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I message a lot of people. It's very possible.
I feel like I've talked with you about that you've talked with Kesra mentally.
Oh yeah,
I
think I told her that she didn't like it when I sang in her head. Yeah,
Right.
I definitely said that.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to just kind of slow before we get among too many of them, and I'm just going to just
I'm gonna send a message to God. We can't all send message. We can all respond. I'm gonna send a message to Alexander first. So what should we do? And then I will quickly send it to everyone else, because that's the best way to do this.
Can we kind of dispense with the okay. This is fairly obvious. Make no sound with spear or sword. I think we need to be as quiet as the grave here and just make our way through.
Okay.
I'm going to drop back behind Leona, so I'm at the back of the group. Just a few feet behind, so I can keep an eye on as much of everything as possible. So, but I'm being very, very quiet.
Be very, very quiet. Try not to get eaten by skeletons.
So we're going to pull a page from 4th edition, and we're going to kind of have some fun here with a skill challenge.
Damn it.
So go ahead and narrate to me, each one of you guys, what you are doing to make it past these skeletons without being noticed, or aiding your friends when they're essentially their check to move by unnoticed. So I would discourage you from looking at your abilities or at your skills. Just think about what your character would be doing in order to stay quiet. Any preparations they'd be making.
Wishing I had passed without trace. It's fine.
Yeah. So, is the path that we're traveling on? Is it so? There's the snow,
Mm-hmm.
and then underneath that, are we actually on a paved path, or it's just we're seeing these runes?
You're just seeing the runes. It's not a
Okay.
paved path. It's just dirt.
Okay.
Maybe some shrub here and there, or maybe some hardy plant.
Okay. I'm going to start pulling out a bunch of linens. Just like a bunch. It looks like a lot of bandages. I've just got, and then there's rags and whatnot, and just start kind of wrapping up some of my gear, wrapping up any tassels, that kind of stuff, and kind of pass those back to everybody so they can wrap gear to make it quieter.
Okay. Go ahead and give me what kind of go ahead and make me an intelligence-based skill check with proficiency.
Okay, let's see here. Come on. All right, that's 18.
Perfect. Beautiful. When you guys see Alexander begin to do this, what do you do?
I am going to think of this old woman that used to be one of my tutors, and she was very, very, very quiet, and it was almost unnatural because she would always sneak up on you because you weren't expecting her, and it would be like, "Where'd you come from?" And I'm going to do I still have my hat? I still have my hat, right? And I will use it, and I will become said old woman because that's going to make me quieter.
Perfect.
I don't know if I can do. Are we going to go another round? Because or can I don't know how this works.
Tell me what you'd like to do.
I would like to send a message to Kesra and just say, "Shh, we're going to be very quiet." And I would like to inspire her.
Okay. You have a D8 of inspiration.
Hell yeah. I'm the most jangly one here, so we'll see what happens.
Leona, can you make me a performance check, please?
19?
Okay. You are really getting into character right now. You're doing an incredible job. You feel sneakier. Maudie is going to go into his pack, and he's going to start doing something similar that Alexander is doing, and he's going to take a bit of soap out of his pack, and he is going to begin to soap the horse's gear, the tack, so that it becomes less squeaky. And I'm going to let him make a sleight of hand check for that. Why not? I'm being really quiet with my dice, hoping I don't wake the skeletons, guys. Oh, thanks, Ithariel die. He rolled a 15. Deirdre?
I really don't have any jingly bits on me. I really am just trying to escape notice, so I'm going to cast Disguise Self, and I'm going to disguise myself as a skeleton riding a horse. because that's the only thing I can think to do right now.
Very good. You guys watch as your friend Deirdre disappears, and in her place, a skeleton. Very good. You can roll a charisma check with proficiency if you'd like.
Okay. Proficiency. That's a natural 17.
Beautiful.
And proficiency is +3, so dirty 20.
Kasra.
Cool. So I'm basically gonna like wait for the bandages to get back to me. And to do so, I am going to literally like T-pose on the back of this horse so that none of the metal that I am wearing clinks with each other. So if anybody, thankfully, last lied, so nobody can see me like literally T-posing until the bandages get back to me. Thankfully, it's only breastplate and like gauntlets, so it's not too bad. But I'm still hella paranoid.
And Monty looks back and sees you being hella paranoid and knows you're in armor, and so he's going to take his soap and wrap it up in a linen and pass it back to you as well.
Cool.
So you may go ahead.
I'm just like very obviously keeping my arms really far away from my torso the entire time.
You receive the linen and the soap.
Cool. I'm gonna wrap up my arms first, and then like stuff everything. Stuff all of it.
Okay. You do so. Go ahead and make a dexterity check with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
Because of the help you've received from your friends.
Thank you, friends.
From Alexander and Monty.
All right, 14, 17. It's a dexterity check,
Mm-hmm.
so 19.
Okay. You all killed that skill challenge. Wrecked it. Good job. Good job, guys. In your Motley Crue sort of fashion, you walk past these skeletons, and the longer you walk, you kind of expect them to fade out at some point. But no, it just gets more and more, and at this point, whoever's counting might count over 100. Maybe 2.
I'm definitely like I'm like one eye on the runes, but I'm also very much looking at these skeletons and like trying to study them without like leaving the path or slowing down as much as possible, just to like see if I can't tell what's animating them. Like, is there, like, I don't know.
Make an Arcana check.
That's decent. 16.
With that pretty high skill check, I'll go ahead and give you that you would notice that these are not just humanoid skeletons. These are not just human skeletons. They are orc skeletons, plenty of human elves and dwarves. But you also notice some very, very interesting and very strange skeletons. You see specifically several centaur skeletons. And the first time you see this skeleton, it's startling because it's a humanoid figure, but it's got these massive, what used to be wings before it died, on its back. Bird-like legs, but is taller than you are. You might know this to be an Aarakocra skeleton. And after you've seen one of each of these, you begin to see more as you can begin to... They probably make up 4 or 5% of the skeletons, but they're still a lot.
Okay.
And you'll notice that these skeletons do appear to be different creatures of all kinds of age. You notice some gear that you have only seen in the days of, from depictions of the days of the Dawn War. You see some from recent times. You see a few shields and swords that look brand new, and some that look like they could be centuries old.
Okay.
Back to your original question, you are not sure what is keeping them alive. Undead.
Animate.
Animate.
All right. Just kind of keep on moving through them, following this path.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to accomplish while you are on this path forward? No?
I don't think, not while we're in the midst of them, no.
Okay.
Does he like word count over like message? Can I like mentally?
Yes.
I can't really.
I will allow it.
Hell yeah.
In this circumstance only.
Okay, because I definitely want a healing word, Deirdre.
Because you have enough time to concentrate on it and think about it. I was saying battle. Well, I mean, in battle, you'd have to use whatever.
Yeah.
I will allow it.
Okay. Because we're being very, very quiet. So I'm going to healing word Sparkles. Let me see. How does that work again? I don't do that very often. 1d4 plus 3 hit points. That's 6 hit points for dear Sparkles. And I'm gonna... What am I gonna say? I don't even know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, we're not dead yet. What I'm gonna say. Not dead yet.
Well, some of us more than others. Thank you.
So now you have 6 more hit points. Yay! Gosh. Other than that, really focus on not squeaking or clanging.
I'm whispering to my horse to make sure my horse stays quiet.
You feel as though... Make a persuasion check.
God. Don't roll a 1. Boo. 21.
Oh my... You can't play with bards and rogues. You just can't. You just can't. Yes, your horse seems very soothed by your words. The night goes on and it's getting darker and you are all very, very tired. And it is very cold. Do you travel all the way through the night?
We definitely travel, I guess.
At least until the rooms end. Right?
Yeah, or at least until the skeletons end.
Oh yeah, the skeletons or the runes.
It's gonna take you a while to get through the skeletons and the runes.
Then we're gonna...
The sun will come up before either of those end.
We're gonna keep trucking.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we take
a little uncomfortable to make
I guess we're still not like chilling though, because we're still on edge from those skeletons. So
I would not consider this to be a short rest because you are actively trying to accomplish things.
Yeah.
What kind of pace are you all setting? I would say at this, because of your successive skill challenges, you would not need to take a slow pace. You could take a normal pace.
Then that.
Yeah.
We don't want to risk any like zombies attacks. No, skeleton attacks. I'm sorry. But time is of the essence because we need to be able to see these runes
quickly and carefully.
Quickly and carefully.
Okay.
Quickly and carefully and quietly.
1, 2. Okay. The sun comes up, and you feel as though you have made decent progress. The sun comes up, and the aurora begins to fade away slightly. It does not go completely away. And as a result, the runes also fade with it, but they do not fade entirely. With trepidation, you all look around and you see that the skeletons are still not paying you any attention. You are still in a valley. There is no cover to be found. Are you okay? Okay. There is no cover to be found. Just this path forward, you see you approaching another lake. But this one looks... it's up to the right of the path, and you look and it's not exactly a lake, it's more of a ravine, sort of, because it is long and skinny. It's not a river. It's definitely doesn't come from anywhere, but it's long and thin. It's almost as if it's just a trench that's been filled with water to your right. And up ahead to your left is another one, similar.
The skeletons are still there, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So there was something in the poem about danger near the water, right? That was the thing.
Danger
in the water swims.
Yes.
So I don't know if it was referring to this water or that water, but I think it would be wise to stay away from all of the water until... I mean, we can, like, the path we're seeing is still, it's going past, but it's not, like, leading to the water, right? It's just kind of, we're just noticing that there's more water, and maybe we don't go in it. Don't go swimming. Okay.
Is there... Once, okay, let me just, like, collect thoughts real quick. When we get past the ravines, the watery ravines, I am going to start looking for a place to... Are the pine trees done? Please tell me there are no freaking more dark pine trees anymore.
There are, but it is not clearly not a dark pine situation. It's not a forest or anything.
It's just a handful of... It's just like...
It's just one every once in a while, especially towards either side of the valley.
Cool. So once we get past the ravines, a safe distance past the ravines, I am going to start looking for a place for us to shack up and sleep.
Okay. The ravine goes on for quite a while. It would take you another half a day to get past it. But you are about 100 or 200 feet from it.
Okay.
And then you're another 200 feet from the lake on the other side.
Okay.
Still surrounded by skeletons?
Yes, not... What you can currently see is you currently see anywhere from 5 to 15 skeletons within your range. It's more as though you're just... maybe not, you're not horrified, but the others are horrified by the number, the time it's taking you to get past them, and their extensive numbers in that regard. It's not like there's 50 on you at any given point in time. It's more of they're just ambling about, and they are all moving. They are all up. Wind howls past them, and they take no mind of the wind or of you.
Okay. So, I can cast message now. So I will cast message to everybody, repeating my message same way to everyone. We can either risk a bubble thing here, or we can keep going for another 6 to 8 hours and do it on the other side of the ravine.
What can we see on the other side of the ravine?
So you're moving up. As you go northwest, the ravine moves along with you, and on the other side of it is the mountains, and past that would be the sea again. As you look up ahead, there's a body of water to your left and another body of water that would be approaching to the north of the ravine. It looks all of the same. All of it is white. It's all ice. It's all mountain. It's all pine. It's all blue and yellow rune. It's all snow.
Are there any skeletons up there?
Make a perception check.
Well, that's a 12.
It's hard to tell. Your visibility is a little limited from the
And it would
mist.
blend in, so.
You're not sure. But you may continue to press on.
What do you think, Kesra?
I think we're pretty lucky that we've gotten this far beyond those fucks. So, rather not press our luck before we get past the water. Everybody agree? Or have
I'm
another idea?
quite exhausted myself, so
If we can get past the water, then we can sleep for ever and then keep traveling under nightfall. Because it's early morning now, right? Because we've gone through the night, so we can get to the other side of the water by like noon. Sleep for 8-9 hours, and then keep going after the sun goes down. Yeah.
all right.
That sound.
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Always open for other ideas. So if any of you all got any,
Let's just keep going.
I would say we just need to keep a lookout for the centaur and the bell, whatever those are.
hopefully it's an actual centaur and an actual bell. That would be very convenient.
It would be, but I've often found these cryptic riddles are less useful than they tend to be.
Great.
As you press forward, I'm going to need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw to fight the effects of the
Hey,
exhaustion.
everybody within
I will say on this instance, Kesra,
yeah.
I don't think that, because it isn't, well,
It's 10.
Sure,
It's within
sure.
10 feet. It's
Yeah.
plus 3.
so go
It's
ahead.
not like-
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm awesome. Anybody within 10 feet of me, which is all of you, because the buddy system is happening. Y'all get plus 3 to your Constitution saving throws. Okay. 18.
Did anybody get below a 10?
Below a 10?
Below a 10. You all succeed.
Got it.
You all succeed.
Kesra.
Oh, let me roll for Mondi. Hold on.
Because that was a 10.
That would have been a 9 without your +3.
Mine was a 10 with your 3.
I'm here to help people. Here to help.
And you all successfully fight off this impending exhaustion. As you continue to press on, I've got like a little check mark over here, guys, for every specific amount of things that you follow. There's like a little thing for each of the boxes. And you make it just to the edge of the ravine when the sun really starts to come up. And you look and you see the skeletons are thinning. It's about noon.
And we're on the other side of the ravine. The water. Where are we beyond the
Yes,
water?
you have passed the water. You're beyond the water. You do see, you have just passed what looks like the last body of water that you can see to your left. And you notice that you are much closer to the mountain now. You are at the edge of the valley, where the valley comes up like this and it finds the mountain right here. You're just at the edge of it right there.
Okay. I would like to look around and see if I can find any place that gives even a little bit of privacy.
Make a survival check.
As long as it's not a natural 1, we'll be fine. It's an 11 plus 4. 15.
Okay, you do see there are some. So you look up to the north, to the west, over to the west, and you see a cluster of dark pine trees. I'm assuming you don't camp there.
No.
There is a kind of a hillier area that kind of is leading up towards the main mountain, but you. With that rule, you don't really see a great clearing or anywhere anybody else is camped here. You just see the path.
Okay.
Are you going to stray from the path, or are you going to camp on the path?
Should probably just camp on the path.
I would agree.
Anyway. So.
You guys make camp for the day.
I will cast a hut for the horses.
I will cast one for the people.
I'll stay with the horses because I keep forgetting I can't sleep with you guys if I do that. Okay. I'm going to have some bonding time. I would like to have some bonding time with the horses, mostly Red. But I will ritually cast tiny hut around the horses and me.
Monty goes right to sleep.
I'll take first watch. Which is just walking around the bubbles.
Okay.
The devil bubbles.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take
I can
third.
Okay. I'll take fourth.
Okay. On first watch, Kesra, roll perception.
Alright, well, my metal dice loves me. You guys, it rolled an 18. It feels real bad for last session.
It looks better.
So that's a 19.
You, on your watch, catch sight of a few things. In fact, as you glance out into this endless valley and you look, keeping an eye on the tree line, keeping an eye on the mountains, you do see some movement. Nothing towards you, nothing that you feel like you need to alert your party about. You do catch sight of a few ogres. They do not seem to notice you because they're not very smart.
Yay. We've got like white bubbles, right?
Yes.
Like our bubbles are.
Yes.
Okay.
I assumed as much. You see a few movements of what you might recognize to be more winter wolves. But like I said, nothing comes towards you, nothing really to warn your friends about.
Okay. I'll do a mental check-in with Red, see how she was doing, because I don't think we did much conversation on the journey. We were very focused on being quiet and not getting skeletoned by skeletons.
What do you say?
I just I'll just say everything's going well out here. How's the leg?
I got worse. Thanks for the heals.
Just glad it worked.
That's what paladins are for. I mean, you know that and other things.
Sure. I know many things.
Oh, I know you do.
Paladins.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You alright?
You know, wandering around the top of the world, chasing little fairy tales. It's a great time. It's fun.
This isn't the top of the world.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
This isn't the top of the world. We're not nearly far north enough for that. Well, you didn't know there's stuff beyond the White Cliffs.
There's like ocean beyond the White Cliffs.
Yep, there's that.
Well, shit.
There's other stuff too, but I don't recommend going there.
Do me a favor and don't tell anyone else that right now. I need might undercut the...
You know, I only can speak to you, right? You know that?
I did not know that. I know that now. Cool. Great. Okay. I just, okay. Yeah, all right, cool.
But, yeah, I mean, I won't tell anybody, I guess.
Thanks. Don't, like, scratch it out in the snow or something. You know, long form. You can spell. Can you spell words, like...
Can I write?
Yeah?
No.
Cool. I don't know, man.
I'm not a man, but it's fine.
Cool. All right, I'm going to bed. Thanks.
Your friend is nice. I like her.
She's
The one,
alright.
the one with the hair. She smells better than you do anyway.
I think she's got, like, literally boxes of perfume, so I'm not, like, super surprised about that. Anyway.
All right.
I'm going to go wake up Alexander, and I'm going to tell him about the ogres and the winter wolves and all of the other things that I saw in the distance, but not near us, so that he's at least aware that they are a thing that is happening relatively near us. And I'm going to go and make camp in the horse bubble. I'm going to go into the horse bubble.
Okay.
So that there's not just one person by themselves in a bubble. So.
Okay.
And I'll go to bed.
Alexander, you are awoken by... Castra, do you say anything to her?
It was not nearly long enough, but I'll get more. All right. Sleep well.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Alexander, make a perception check.
Not great. That's a 8.
Nothing of interest happens on your watch. The mist is beginning to burn off in the afternoon sun. But you don't see any of the ogres that Kestra was talking about. You don't. You remember reading some stories about an abominable yeti, but
I'm probably like, Alexander's feeling very safe in the bubble because I've done this before. I've gone kind of tomb robbing, and so I know that. I mean, other than the occasional spider that you happen to let in when you cast the bubble, nothing's getting in here. And we got at least 4 hours till I'm done. So I'm kind of like half keeping watch, like half like kind of going through some of my notes, like furiously writing some notes about the skeletons we saw, and just kind of writing down theories and stuff, but kind of still looking out every now and then, and yeah.
okay. And your watch comes to an end. You wake Deirdre?
Yeah, I'll go over and just kind of put a hand on her shoulder. Is she? I guess Deirdre, did you? Or Maudie was purposely keeping distance from Deirdre, right? Okay.
Not even just Deirdre. The group in general. He seems. Make an insight check for me.
Okay. Ooh. 18.
He is acting very guilty. He seems you recognize this as him trying to create a bit of distance for safety while still adhering to Kesra's buddy system rule.
Okay.
And it seems to be, it is not all concentrated on Deirdre, but you can tell that things are a little complicated between them right now.
Okay, then I would walk over to where Deirdre is and just kind of gently put a hand on her shoulder and kind of gently nudge her awake. It's your turn for watch.
Okay, thank you.
And then I will go and lie down.
Third watch.
Fucking
Deirdre, will you roll perception for me, please?
Yes. Not terrible. Perception. 17.
Okay, not terrible. Guys, that's great. We can't all have bard rolls, okay?
Can't help it.
The mist has cleared by the time your watch begins, and you see something interesting sticking up out of the snow, maybe 200 or 300 feet in front of you, up ahead along the path, which at this point the path is almost faded. The aurora, you look in the sky and you can't see the aurora, but the path is still vaguely illuminated. You can't really tell what it is that's sticking up out of the snow. It does look to be a light-colored, almost whitish, maybe a big stone or something along those lines, but it's very irregularly shaped.
How close is it to the path?
It's near the path.
Could I see what it was if I stayed on the path?
Are you gonna walk away?
No, I'm not. I'm not that. No, I'm not. But I will point it out when we continue.
Okay. Nothing else of interest happens on your watch.
Okay. I spend most of it writing in my journal.
What are you writing?
I write. I had this terrible dream, and I was home, and you were there, but you weren't breathing, and you changed forms into this radiant creature I've never seen before, and then you faded into nothing. And I feel like I've had this dream 1,000 times, and I just haven't remembered it, and it scares me.
Have you written in the journal where you're going?
Yes.
Have you written anything about the riddle in your journal?
No.
Okay.
I have mentioned the Well of Wonder, but that's all I've...
Nothing else from the riddle?
No.
Okay. That's an important distinction. Thank you for telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Josie.
Little monster.
Your watch ends. You wake up Leona?
Yes, I will go and wake up Leona. It's your turn for watch. There's an oddly shaped stone near the path. Before I go... Sorry, that was Josie. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Were you talking to Roman yesterday?
I talk to him sometimes, yes.
Did you tell him where we were going?
I mentioned. Vaguely, yes. Why?
Leona, do you remember that he works for the Silence?
Deirdre. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Yes, I do remember that. Look, we're going to find your mother. He's going to figure out who killed his father, and then that'll be that. And we'll be done. I don't think they have your mother. He would have told me.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. He would have told me. He said he would ask for more information if he could find anything. And then we'll be done. I don't know many people in this organization, but I trust Roman. I've known him my entire life. I'm just as nervous as you are about these things that we keep hearing. We're gonna get out. And that will be that. But for now, he's trying to find information, which, again, I'm not entirely convinced that it's the silence that had anything to do with taking your mother. That's not something that they do.
How do you know?
Roman and Maud were very clear.
Maud? Who's Maud?
She's a woman that I met a while ago. Once. Twice. I met her twice.
Leona, how do you... Are you part of the silence?
For right now, I told you we're going to get out. Look, I promise you, Deirdre, I would never do anything to hurt you. Roman has made it very clear that they don't have your mother. They don't have anything to do with that, and he's going to help us find information. If the well doesn't give us what we need, he will.
Leona, I trust you. But I do not trust him. The night that you sang before the wedding, you were dancing with Ray.
Yes?
He had the most terrible look on his face. I do not think he's worthy of your trust.
Deirdre, I've known him my entire life. He must have been mistaken. He must have been looking at something else. There was a lot going on. There was still, the death of his father was still fresh. His sister, you saw his sister. She was hysterical still. I'm sure it had nothing to do with me dancing with Rayo.
Possibly.
I'm gonna reach for your hand. Deirdre, it's gonna be okay. We're going to find your mother. And everything will be fine. I promise.
I feel like I'm losing so many people for so many reasons.
You haven't lost anyone.
I fear that's not true.
Deirdre, I'm right here. Mondi is alive. We're going to find your mom. We're going to figure this out.
I don't know if this is worth the trip. I would rather lose my mother than put you put Mondi, put Kespra at risk. I haven't seen my mother in years. And I miss her and I want her back, but
I didn't know my mother for more than 20 years. And had I known meeting her was going to feel the way that it did, I would have searched for her long ago. Deirdre, this fight is worth it. We're here, we're for you. We'll keep each other safe.
I don't have a way to bring you back.
And we'll just have to stay alive. I'm gonna pull you in for a hug. It's okay. It's okay. We can do this.
What if I lose you? What if I lose Kespra or Mondi?
You won't. You won't. You won't. I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna like frame your face in my hands. You're not. We're going to be okay. We'll be more careful. We'll be on guard. Casper's not gonna let us do anything dumb again.
No.
So we'll keep going, and we'll get to the well, and we'll get answers, and we'll be okay.
Okay.
If it's not good, then the story's not finished. So we have to keep going.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I'll pull you in for another hug.
I squeeze really hard. And I try not to cry. It doesn't work.
Okay, good. Because I'm tearing up. But I'm not crying. Tearing up like a little bit.
Yeah.
And when I pull back, I will smile. Get some rest. We've got a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
Okay.
Long night? I don't know. My sleep schedule is very messed up right now.
I think we're walking during the night. So yes, we're going to have a very long night ahead of us.
So go get some rest.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. Day? Night.
Oh, it's very confusing.
It is. It is.
Rest.
I will. And I will go back to the other bubble and fall asleep a little closer to Mondi than I was before.
I'll go back. Oh, I didn't leave my bubble because it would be gone. I'm still in my bubble. Here I am, bubble.
Roll perception for me.
Ooh, that's good. I don't know what the modifier is because I don't have it. Oh, yeah, I do. 24.
Okay. You do see the stone shape that Deirdre was talking about as the sun begins to start to crest and go in towards the afternoon. It is no longer at the highest point in the sky. The mist is starting to come back a little bit. You don't get any better of an idea of what it is than Deirdre did, though.
So it doesn't remind me of anything I read in the poem or anything?
No.
Okay. Then I would like to spend my watch looking for danger, and would like to brush.
Do I have my brush? Or did I
No.
lose that?
You lost your brush.
Okay. Then I'll just pet Red, and I'll hum to her, and then if she'll let me, I'll braid a little bit, and then
She lets you.
oh yay! So I'm just singing to Red and braiding her mane, and then I'm going to after I have a few beautiful braids, I will pat her neck and give her some space because she might be like Kessler and needs some space, you know. And then I will. I'm gonna cast sending.
Okay. Who are you casting it to?
I'm actually gonna cast it to Marshall this time.
Marshall. What
And
does
I'm going.
it say?
Hi. This is Leona. I wanted to say thank you for the diamond. We are all safe. I hope you and Ray are as well. And it goes into space. Just like that.
Yes, you cast this message out, send it to the ether, and you and your dungeon master wait for the recipient to get the message.
While we wait,
Okay.
I can.
Oh.
Would you like me to hum? Oh no, we have it. We have it. We ready?
We do.
Okay, never mind then. I was gonna hum my lullaby to the horse.
Go ahead, Marshall. Maybe.
Hello, Leona. Why did you need the diamond? Are you sure you're safe? Ray and I are fine.
Seems like a terrible time to be using these high-level spell slots. But it's rude not to answer questions. So it's cool. I already had my long rest. Who needs spell slots? Not me. Okay. So I think we're safe now. Maybe.
So before you send this, your paladin friend understands the need to conserve spell slots. So you get a sending of your own.
What does that mean?
It means
I can
he uses his.
Oh, that's so great. Oh,
So go ahead.
wonderful. Okay. I forgot what I said. So, I think we're safe now, maybe. We had an unfortunate incident with some wolves.
Can you hear me?
Monty is alive. So that's good. I think we're okay. I'm not. Yeah.
He's also watching on Twitch, so he cannot hear you.
There's a delay.
There's a delay.
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond, you guys.
You can find all of our previous episodes on our YouTube channel.
Hold on, here we go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Good to hear you're safe. If you need anything, let me know. No need to answer if everything is well. I haven't killed Ray yet.
Was that ascending? Like I can
But
respond?
you can respond, yes.
Yet? Okay. Keep each other safe, please. I'll let you know if we need anything. Thank you, Marshall. That's it.
Okay. The rest of your watch passes uneventfully.
Okay.
And that's the end of your... You all gain the benefit of a long rest.
Do I still lose that first sending slot?
The first sending slot you do, yes.
Got all 69 hit points now.
Hey. You know what that means. You don't have enough hit points for chicken nuggets. Sorry.
What?
Nothing. Sorry.
I'm hungry now.
Everybody give a massive thank you to our impromptu guest.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's the morning. You have all had the full night's rest. Maudie wakes as the last person to wake. What all are you doing today?
Tonight, because it's like 8 o'clock at night.
Right.
We're doing whatever the thing tells us to do.
Yes, we are. And all within 5 feet of each other the entire...
Right, that's what you said, so that's what we're going to do.
Mhm.
Please don't yell at me again.
Kesra with the toddler leashes.
So,
No reason to yell at you again. No, yell at you again.
as we are kind of waking up and preparing to head out, I am just kind of sitting down by my pack, and I'm kind of taking some of the linens and stuff back, but I'm ripping off a couple of strips of linen, and then I want to kind of try and surreptitiously go around to each member of our party, and I've got just kind of like a pair of calipers that I'm kind of holding. I just kind of want to just kind of get a gauge of like how far apart their eyes are.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I just this. We seem to be quite frank. I've seen you, most of you, more dead than alive, and well, I'm just preparing something to help with that. So, and then I'll kind of go back and I'll start sewing copper pieces to these strips of cloth at about the distances that I kind of got an idea of. Yeah.
Very good. You all continue along your journey.
Yes. Did anyone point out the thingy-mabobber in the snow?
Oh yes, especially to you. We would have pointed it out to you because I don't want to get yelled at again. I would have pointed it out before the hut went down, so we could all like survey it from a distance before. So one of us would have said something. Yes.
Man, I should have yelled at y'all much sooner.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you see this object. This, from where you are now, it's hard to discern what it is.
Okay.
As the night begins to fall, you guys continue forward. It takes you about 5 hours before you get to what it is. And you get there and you recognize that you are at the base of this mountain. And the path, as it tends to do, the aurora grows stronger as it gets darker, and the path becomes more illuminated. And you see that this is a marble statue. It's made of timeless material. This monument is easy to miss. Or not easy to miss. Sorry, it is easy to miss. Okay. It is a centaur that stands on his hind hooves, reaching impossibly high into the air. Every single one of his muscles strains with effort as he grasps for something above him. As you look up, you can see that he holds something. He holds the arm of another figure firm in his, just like so, as if his life depends on it. And this figure is as large as the centaur, with massive wings sprouting from its back. A bird-like face comes to a very angled beak, but supremely intelligent, piercing eyes. Around her neck is a bell, carved with ancient runes. And you are they stand well. The way they are, it is as if this Aarakocra, grasping onto this forearm of this centaur, is trying to lift him.
Was there supposed to be a bell somewhere? It was centaur and a bell, right?
Yes, correct.
See the centaur and the bell.
Do we see a bell?
Around her neck is a bell, carved with ancient runes. Did I not say that?
You did.
Okay, just curious.
Sorry.
Are we, like you said, that this is really tall. Are we able to read the runes on the bell?
Sure, you can.
Okay.
It is primordial. It is a bell of air elemental summoning. But it is not actually a bell. It is a representation of a bell.
Okay.
Well, check that off the list, I guess.
What's next? Were we supposed to do anything here? Was this just like a checkpoint?
Well, I mean,
It's
The
those
riddle-
who cross and live to tell, see the centaur and the bell. You have to find the Lord who points the way next.
but we also need to find where Sirenita used to be. We didn't really
Sirenita.
The temple, right?
possibly.
Just by looking around, is there any, like, based on the poem, does it look like there's any, are there runes? There's still runes, right?
They continue past where you are.
Are they still kind of lit up?
They're still lit up. Yes.
Okay. So then we just
and-
keep following the runes.
We probably should, but we should also keep an eye to the skies at this point in time. Because we are now, it said, at the high place near the skies, look out for other watchful eyes. And I would say we can't get too much higher. And if that bell is any indication, we may be running into some air elementals.
Leona, give me a history check.
I thought that was like someone casting sending to me, and I was like, who's sending something to me right now? Oh, pretty good. 23.
The Centaur and the Bell. You haven't heard that story. But you have heard about Brygandros and Seek.
That's a lot of names.
Brygandros is Brygandros, and Seek is Sikh. And as you step a few steps back away from this, the memory starts to come to you of the fairy tale, of the myth, the legend. Long ago, there was said to be an ancient rift between the plains, high in the mountains, that winged men and women guarded. You know these now to be these creatures were Aarakocra. You also, the legend goes on to say that a centaur tribe who had roamed far from their homeland came back to find their old trade route blocked by this Aarakocra temple. This temple had a sacred duty to protect the rift and never let the cultists of elemental evil infiltrate it. However, when the centaurs came back to reclaim their homeland, they found themselves at odds with the Aarakocra. Neither race could be satisfied in this, and a few times it led to bloodshed. This conflict did distract the Aarakocra and their sacred duty, and eventually cultists of elemental evil did infiltrate and begin to use the energy from the rift to their own ends, corrupting the land and the air. But you remember your favorite part of the story, because it was about a pair of young lovers, a centaur, Brigandros, and an Aarakocra, Seek, who were able to convince their tribes to stage battle together. It was a messy, horrible conflict, and it took incredible convincing to get both sides to fight together. But the pair, Brigandros and Seek, were unstoppable. And in the final moment, they gave their lives in sacrifice to close the rift for all of eternity. And you see now that this monument is the only reminder of their final gift to the world. And now as you look at their faces as they reach towards each other, clasping arms, you see the look in their eyes as one of unfiltered, unbridled love and passion, of two people who are willing to give everything, their futures together, their lives, for the good of others.
I will relay this. It is told very much like how she would have remembered it, so like a story. And as this is happening, I'm circling around this statue, and I'm like telling the story, but I'm clearly imagining it also in my head. That temple. Do I have any feelings about that, considering we are in fact looking for a temple? Do I think that might be the same temple? Maybe
it might be. Make an intelligence check.
16.
You would know that the Aarakocra are creatures of the sky. So where would their temple be?
In the sky. Do I see anything in the sky?
You look up and you don't see anything in the sky, but you see a mountain that pierces the sky.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I get it. I'm smart. Leona's smarter. I'm sorry.
So, are you guys going to continue along the path?
Keep going. I think the temple, at least a temple, might just be along the path further up the mountain, closer to the sky.
I will say that this path continues on, and it's going to continue for about 2 more days up the mountain.
Okay.
So, I won't worry about any kind of any more skill checks since you guys are not trying to be necessarily quiet. I will say that you do see, between a lot of you over these 2 days, As you climb up and up, higher and higher, the path becoming more and more difficult, slowing you down even more. Each step taking longer than the last. You do see a few creatures flying high in the sky, a few rock in the air, hunting, especially during the day. You manage to avoid being seen by them. You do reach the end of the trail on the, let's see, since this session started, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. It takes you to reach the end of the trail, and you look and you are high up the mountain. You are at least halfway there, up the mountain. It's getting colder, it's getting windier, the air is thinner, and this path ends abruptly. The wind howls in your ears. You are standing on a large outcropping of the mountain, a large rocky area. Everything is covered in ice and snow. But this is where the path the runes seem to end.
Do we have any idea what the Lord is that we're supposed to be facing? Who points the way? Do I know the name of this mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What's the name of this mountain?
Okay, I just wasn't sure if the mountain was the Lord. This is Mount Tristan.
Mount Tristanhold.
Here we go. Mount Tristanhold it is. Just a random. I'm gonna name that one after my cousin. That one's what that was named after. Eventually there are so many mountains, you just stop giving them meaningful names. You just say this name.
Would you guys like to make an investigation check while you're here?
Yes, please.
All right. I will allow one person to make an investigation check, or 2 people can make one, or one with advantage.
Not me.
I'll make one.
I can help you.
Okay.
Or
somebody with a nice mom.
I can help you.
Okay. All right. That is a 24. No, 25.
Okay. You start to kind of search all around. Do you have anything that you would pull out to kind of start scraping away the ice on the mountain, on the rock?
Well, we all have climbing gear.
Right.
So some pythons and maybe like a light hammer and just kind of chipping away at stuff.
Okay. You begin to chip away at some of the ice, thinking maybe there's more information here. And you start to chip away as you uncover a stone. Or you uncover stone. You continue to chink away at this ice, and you see a figure carved into the stone. He is a man. Well, he is human. No, I'm sorry. He's not human. He is long face, humanoid looking with impossibly long ears, massive wings sprouting from his back. Pupilless eyes. A somber expression on his face. Deirdre. In front of you, you see the Lord of Horses. Ectiarn. Carved into this mountain.
Oh.
But it's not the Ectiarn that you've known. You didn't recognize him at first, even. It's as if he were much younger.
I can say for sure that this wasn't the Lord I was expecting.
But he is a lord. You know who this creature is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
Who is
that's good.
Well, Alexander, do you remember the friend I mentioned who took care of the phylactery for us?
Yes.
This is Ection?
That's ectoplasm?
Kessra, I don't know the word you just said, but yes, this is Ectiarn.
To be fair, I don't really know the word that you just said, so we're even. It's fine.
I see. So interesting.
Do you know who this is?
Do I?
Is he pointing the way? That's all I need to know.
He is pointing at something. It's covered in ice.
Okay.
Alexander, make a history check.
Nope. Sure don't. I don't really read much about Fae, so.
Well, Ectiarn is the Lord of Horses and Pegasi and Unicorns. He's very dear to me. And this is undoubtedly him.
I see. Well, let's see what he's pointing at.
Why is he here?
I don't know. I'll ask.
I'm kind of going to look at the thing, and I'm going to look at Chuckles. I'm going to look at the thing. Look at Chuckles.
Doesn't look like Chuckles.
Thing. Yeah, but he's got like the eye things and the hair and the ears and stuff. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just looking. I'm just looking back and forth. I don't say nothing.
I notice her looking.
Maybe. Probably.
Do I? Oh, okay. I'm gonna. So you say he's pointing towards something icy?
He's pointing towards something that's covered in ice.
Yeah, I'm up there just.
I'm gonna head over to help, but as I do, I'm gonna like stop that. I'm gonna smack Kesra as I walk back, but very, very quietly. I'm gonna keep walking to go help Alexander.
Okay.
Which is fine because I've pulled out my journal and I'm writing really quickly. There's a stone of you on a mountain. Would you happen to know about that?
You begin to uncover runes that are written in Celestial. And you read it. Voiceless it cries, wingless flutters, toothless bites, mouthless mutters.
Wind?
Yes, wind.
You're a lot fucking better at that than I am. Jesus. I mean, gods.
As soon as Deirdre, as soon as you speak that word wind, the celestial runes glow. And the rock begins to fade away.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to take a short break.
Oh. Yes.
We will be right back.
Man, just all kinds of things showing up out of nowhere.
I'm Kate. You can find me on Twitter at KatesD8s. You can find me on Twitch and Discord at KatesandD8s. And I am playing Deirdre. It's been a very. It's really funny, actually. I say I haven't seen him in a long time, but it's really only been a couple months. And yet it feels like forever. My patron may be able to help. Who's your patron? His name is Ectiarn. The last time I saw Ectiarn was when I came home. And he sent me off to explore. He told me not to stay in one place for too long. And I said I would.
Why did he send you away?
I don't know.
Well, what's the matter?
You remind me of someone that I miss very much. And, I just thought that this would help the loneliness go away.
I'm Nevin. You can find me on Instagram at Nevin Edmondson. I will post it in our thing, like I did not last time, and I will be playing Moldy. I'm a bit from all over, honestly. I kind of grew up with I grew up traveling with the circus as a kid for most of my life, and then I ended up in Wolf Crest for a while. But, you know, I travel a lot. I don't usually stick to one place for too long. I was born and raised on the road, so I guess I still just kind of travel.
Did your parents travel with you?
I mean, I don't really know too much about my parents. I was found by a very kind lady who raised me. She unfortunately passed away whenever I was younger, so to keep it short, no, I don't really have a family. I'm going to I'm going to keep my hand on top of hers and use my other hand to get the cards out and have them levitating above, and tell her, put your hand on top of the deck, and in your mind, picture that person. This card is facing towards you, and when the card's facing towards you, what it means is that good tidings are facing you, and good fortune. So whoever it is that's in your mind, at least according to what my mother taught me with these fortunes, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about. This person will be safe.
Hi, I'm Kate. You can find me on Twitter and everything important at Very Pale Ale, and I play Kestra.
Kesra? I like poke my head over the thing. Kesra?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Places.
What kind of places? I've read a lot about places. I haven't been to many of them, but I've read a lot about them.
I'm glad. It's a small place. It'd be like northeast of here.
Oh? Is it cold?
Place with a capital P.
Place?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Well, I'm not surprised.
What's it like?
It's really small.
Is there a court there?
No.
That might be why I haven't heard of it then. Are you sure?
Yeah. Okay, so since we're insisting on taking this crazy shit with us, the key is to act like we don't have it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is to act like we didn't find anything. Be real upset. You two, maybe cry a little bit. I think one of you has almost done that a few times. Right? Like,
get out of here.
We gotta act like we don't have it. So if anybody is watching, we gotta look like this didn't work. Or we will be followed, and I don't want to deal with that shit. So. You mean like you... Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, no, this is fine. We need to leave. Let's go.
Okay.
Hustle out. Look
Okay.
sad. Look like somebody just stole your lollipop. Let's go.
I'm Mindy. You can find me on Twitter at MKAY1713, and I will be playing Leona. I grew up in Ilvinus, quite the opposite of you, Monty. I didn't travel a lot at all. In fact, this is the first time I've ever left the city. You'd probably find that hard to believe. But no, I grew up there. I guess he became really the only family I had. And mostly just Lord Kentigan. Did you see? I got him. I mean, he got me too, but I got him.
You did. You did so well. Let's try to keep you from getting hit again, okay?
I think that would probably be a good idea. Okay.
I don't mind healing you. I'm happy to do it. I would prefer you to not go unconscious.
I feel like it's probably not very good for me either. But it's good. I'll be ready next time because I can throw it at them. They caught us off guard, so.
Yeah, they did catch us off guard. That's true. Just, when you throw it, don't go running after it to try to get it back. Okay?
Well, what am I supposed to use after I throw it then?
I
should get some more daggers.
Maybe.
Well, we can figure all that out when we get to Asmund. I'm sure they have lots of shops.
Oh, I'm sure. They'll outfit you perfectly.
baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. I give you my everything. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.
I'm so glad I unmuted you before you said that. Or after you said that. Welcome back to the stream, guys. Sometimes you spill food on your shirt when you go on break, and so you have to change your shirt. I did it before Mindy could tell on me. Welcome back. Our adventurers have just made it to the Lord who points the way. The mountain is open for you. What would you like to do? It's dark inside.
So, first thing I'm going to do is kind of turn everybody. So, have any of you ever raided a temple before?
Can't say that I have.
No.
All
Not
right.
technically.
All right. So, a couple of things. I've delved into a few of these. Well, not this one in particular, but you need to be careful where you step. Some reason people 600 years ago thought it was just a great idea to leave things on the floors that could kill any random passerby.
Noted.
Like a trap?
Yeah, it makes.
I mean, it's probably to keep people out that aren't supposed to be there.
Yes, but most of these were temples. People were supposed to be there. And then it's not like you can go in and just add construction later. Oh, let's just knock down this wall before we abandon this place and add a pit trap. So they had to have kind of built it in. And I just don't. It's one of the great mysteries that I have not understood of our ancient civilizations, of why they would do this. But just be careful. Usually I have two disposable assistants to help me trigger those sorts of things, but we don't have that right now.
Can we get them?
Well, I don't have any corpses on hand. Do you?
No.
Unfortunate. But who knows? Maybe we'll find some inside. Stay close, but I know it's kind of paradoxical, but not too close. And do keep an eye out for anything shiny. Don't touch it, but keep an eye out for it. I have to say that I've definitely helped to expand on my family's stipend with what I've been able to find in some of these places. Now, for all we know, though, this could be inhabited. So, who knows?
Noted.
Does anybody have light? I mean, we've got some torches, but...
Yes, light on my fingertips.
Oh, wonderful. My clothes always come out stinking of smoke and pitch after one of my little excursions. Well then, looking into the door, what do we see? I mean, it's black, just pitch.
It's pitch black. It does, if Deirdre sticks her fingers in, just like that, you see that it opens up into this huge cavernous corridor that is easily 20 feet wide, tall. The floor is not lava, thank goodness. I almost said lava. The floor is pretty flat, but the sides curve. You can imagine that this was made by a creature much bigger than you that needed to get in and out.
Does that mean that the horses will fit in, or do I need to...
Does mean the horses will fit in.
Okay.
We're looking for traps.
Who's looking for traps?
I was told to look for traps, so
I'll take the lead on that, dear.
I'm pretty good at finding stuff.
So am I.
Mostly stuff about people, though.
Oh, really? That's something that I feel like many bards possess. Well, how many days till Midwinter's Day is it? It's 3 days till Midwinter's Day. Okay. So, in theory, we have about 3 days till we're able to find whatever we're looking for, but I don't know if we'll find something inside that will just tell us, here's where the well will be, or not. Shall we?
Might as well.
Yeah.
I guess dismount off the horses, and I'll hand my reins to Maudie. And I'll kind of just be a few feet in front of everybody, just like 2 feet, just kind of so far enough ahead so that I can stop everybody. And I'll be looking for traps as we enter.
I would like to sing at him. Ooh, 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 finding the traps, finding the traps. Ooh, 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 finding the traps, finding the traps. You have, and I would like to inspire him to find the traps.
You are inspired.
Wonderful. And I'm going to, before we take a step in, I'm going to mage armor. And yeah, we'll just go with that for the moment.
It's our first dungeon, you guys.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
It's an 11.
You you don't see any traps.
Okay.
You have inspiration.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I'll do that. Actually,
You have it for 10 minutes, but it's
yeah.
a D8.
Okay, that's much better. That's 19.
You don't see any traps.
All right.
But with that roll, you do notice that there are not exactly carvings in the wall, but there are. It looks like this has or was being used by something with claws, or there are just these very distinctive patterns of specific markings in the floors and the walls that make you think that once upon a time, or yesterday, a creature was in here making their way through, and that creature had sharp claws.
Is it just like scattered marks all over the place, or are there like deep gouges in rows, or?
It's deep gouges in rows, so it's something that was not like running all over the place, but making their way in and out constantly.
Okay.
Are they big claws? Are they like real big, like gashes, or are they like little tiny thing gash?
They're very large.
So not a cat.
No.
Okay, cool. We're just clarifying.
Great.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. But no traps, so...
I would like to cast Detect Magic while we're in here.
Okay, are you going to hold concentration on it?
Yes, I'm going to maintain it.
Okay. As you all continue to walk down, you do not detect any magic as you walk down. There's nothing in this corridor at all. It just kind of winds downward slowly. Downward, and then it kind of goes upward, and you start to lose your sense of direction in here. It's very confusing. And as your detect magic, not dispel magic, as your detect magic begins to fade, you don't catch any blips of magic as you go down.
And there haven't been any branches or anything. It's just been straight corridor, twisting, turning.
Yep.
Okay.
After about 30 minutes, this opens up into a massive cavern. And as you enter, you see the very distinctive, well, let's just say that there is light in here. Gentle red flames from, what are those things called? Braziers? Sconces all along the walls. And there is a very definitive gold and platinum and silver light that beams off of massive piles of gold and treasure stacked high as the 50-foot ceiling. A massive set of thrones sit in the far corner, one leaning a little bit on its side, the other one slightly cracked. Other treasure in here, you see an intact ship to the west side. A few crypts, jewels, contraptions, a few monoliths, statues. And in the very center of all of this is a gargantuan dragon.
a live dragon? Like,
It is live.
oh.
It is alive. You watch its form slowly rise and fall. For a
What?
second, you fear as though maybe it is, or you wonder if it's sleeping. But as this dragon shimmers as if sculpted from pure metal, its face given almost a noble cast by high eyes and beard-like chin spikes. A spiny frill rises over its head, tracing down its neck all the way to the tip of its tail. It looks at you with eyes that resemble orbs of mercury. This is an ancient silver dragon. And it stares all of you down, and you can hear a low rumble behind its chest. Enter, young ones.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll enter.
I'm gonna make a real quick
Yep.
telepathic plan with Red that if things go south, she gets Leona first, and then Sparkles, and then Chuckles, and then dips out. Like that is the plan.
I'm
That's
going to take 2 steps back to Kesra, and I'm going to put a hand on her shoulder as soon as she's kind of done, as I kind of seem to see her done concentrating, and I'm just going to go, Kesra dear,
Mm-hmm.
please don't talk much.
That's fair. Believe it or not, though, I can't actually be in. It's fine.
DM, I remember Ektiarn telling me stories about dragons. This wouldn't ring any bells, would it?
Like this specific dragon? Or dragons in general?
In general.
Make a history check.
Okay. 13?
You know that some dragons can be good and some dragons will eat you. And
Right.
that it's probably best to keep your distance.
Perfect. Awesome. Cool.
This is my new friend.
Please go.
A very
Please
big friend, but
What do all of you do?
approach
Approach.
slowly.
You don't disobey a dragon.
I'm going to give a light curtsy.
Okay. How close do you get?
Probably closer than I should.
Okay. Within 100 feet? Maybe 30?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
As you walk forward, this dragon lowers his head onto the ground to meet you and look you right in the eyes. And as you approach fearlessly, you hear him speak. Do I not frighten you, little one?
Well, you're very large.
Should I change shape? Would that make you more comfortable?
This is obviously your home. Whatever makes you more comfortable is fine with us.
He gives you a look, and then his scales begin to shimmer. His body grows smaller and smaller until he is a human form. Tall, broad shoulder, short white hair, kind of a long white beard, dressed in silver robes. He approaches you, Leona, and he gives you a bow.
I curtsy again.
He
You get to
gave-
curtsy in both forms.
He gives each of you a very Very long look. Okay. And then he looks at you, Leona. Hello.
Hi. We didn't mean to interrupt your evening, day. I'm not entirely sure what time it is right now.
It is easy to lose sight of time down here. I am Gravados.
I'm Leona.
Leona. Well met.
These are my friends,
Your friends?
Deirdre and Mondi, Kesra, and Alexander.
He gives Mondi a very long look. How is it you have found your way here?
It's a funny story. So, we are. Have you heard of the Well of Wonder?
He gives a low chuckle. Yes, dear, I have heard of the Well of Wonder.
I have heard many stories, but we are hoping to find that it might be more than just a story. It led us here. Again, we didn't mean to intrude. We need to find it. There are questions we need answered.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. 25?
He's a dragon guy.
The Well of Wonder. You are on your way. You will have to pass me first. I took this temple as my home 500 years ago after I lost my mate.
Sirenita?
Oh no, Sirenita was not my mate. Sirenita was the Aarakocra deity.
Oh. Learning things every day.
Yes. I have left her temple undisturbed. There are a few Aarakocra who monitor the skies in her temple. But less and less every day, it seems, as they grow old. The Well of Wonder can only be accessed on a winter solstice. As you, I'm sure, are aware. Now, you must forgive me, but I cannot let just anyone access this well.
Okay, so how can we prove ourselves worthy then?
Very good question. Leona, I will ask you, what makes a person worthy? What makes any of it worthwhile? I have lived for thousands and thousands of years. Tell me, what makes something anything at all?
That is a good question. So, you want to know what makes a person worthy? I have very limited life experience, but I would say the heart, the intention, why. I don't know who gets to decide what qualifies, but those would be the things that I would look for.
I have spent my days collecting gold, yes. Treasure, certainly. Relics of days past, I have many. But since I arrived here, what I mainly yearn for in my last days, not a friend, young ma'am. I lost my last true friend when she made her journey to see our Lord Bahamut. Max, you got bugs. Stop it. And I don't expect to get another friend like that again. What I do look for, yearn for, is something I think that you can provide. The greatest love story of all time. If you can tell me a love story that I have not heard, something that will make me feel again, I will let you pass, young Leona.
A love story you haven't heard before. Okay.
The greatest love story you know. I know that was loud, sorry guys.
The greatest love story that I know. Damn, is there a specific story that should be coming to my brain right now? Is there a specific story that should be coming to my head right now? Because I'm about to... I don't know. Let me think. I start pacing in circles.
Take your time.
No, you would have had that one. No. Okay.
Make it good, Miss Leona, or you will be turning around.
Okay.
once was a young woman, and she worked in a temple very similar to this. She was a healer of sorts. And even though war raged and ravaged her country, she stayed true to her work, true to her deity. And it wasn't long before, of the soldiers that she healed, she found a young man, a brave young warrior who nearly met his own fate. But she saved him. And it was an instant connection, love at first sight. And she joined him in battle. They were fearless and fearsome, and as the war reached near its end, it seemed as though happily ever after was just there. And then she was taken from him.
How was she taken?
This dark magic. He searched for her. He searched years and years, and he could never find her.
How long?
Many years, 50 years. 50 years he searched. He never stopped. And when the time came, when an opportunity presented itself, he sacrificed everything he was, everything he believed in, for a chance to find her. And he did. Hundreds of years in the future. I told you it was dark magic. But he was a different man. Very different, so he thought, from the man that she loved. And though they fought alongside each other again, he no longer felt himself worthy of her.
Why not? What had he done?
He was a paladin, and he broke his oath. Just for a chance to see her again. But her love was strong. And through love, he was redeemed. And they fought one more battle together and lived the rest of their life in peace and happiness. His love pursued her. Her love saved him.
Roll for persuasion.
You have a thing of-
Inspiration, yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna use it. Oh God.
19. It's a dragon!
This is not a story I have heard.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Are you nervous, Bard? I sense there is more to that story that you are holding back. However, I'll ask you another question. What will you ask the Well of Wonder?
What will I ask?
Indeed.
I'm going to ask about the death of someone very close to me. I need answers, and if I can find answers there, then maybe everything else can work out.
The dragon looks at each of you. It starts with Alexander. What will you ask of the well?
Why did Pelor not choose me?
Roll either persuasion or deception.
No, I'm probably better at deception, but that's the truth. Yeah, oh well. Let's see. Come on. 13.
He looks at Maudie, narrows his eyes. And you? Maudie, who has been near silent until this point, clears his throat. I want to know how I can get rid of my powers without dying. And then at Deirdre. What will you ask?
Where my mother is being kept.
And you?
Truth be told, I hadn't really counted on asking a question.
Roll for persuasion.
Couldn't find my dice real fast. Mother. 19 is the number of the day. 25.
I vowed that I would not let an evil creature past me. I look into your hearts and I see no evil among you. I see darkness, yes. He looks at Alexander and Maudie. I see anger and rage at Kesra. I see naivety, but goodness in Deirdre, at Deirdre and Leona. But most importantly, I see love in you, young Leona. Behind your eyes, in your smile. It almost makes me miss a time when I was younger. Now, I have one more challenge for you, and it does not impede your progress to the well. I must admit, you are the first group to arrive here in many years. I will say possibly the most underprepared. Hardly a magic item on any of you. I will allow each of you a choice of magic items or my inventory. If you divulge to me, and me alone, one secret, your reward will be based on that. The value of that secret. I will not give you items from my hoard for free. What say you? Will any of you participate?
If I tell you a secret that would get me killed, would you give us some diamonds?
There are diamonds among my treasure. Come forward and speak your secret to me, and I will give you what it is worth. Now, Kate, if you don't want to say it out loud, you can message me, but if you want, you can say it out loud.
I don't want to
But
be unfair.
only the dragon will hear it. You know which one I'd prefer.
I know. Okay, I'll do it out loud.
Okay. Approach, young one.
Kind of fidgeting with my armor, readjusting things that don't need to be readjusted. Is he a human person right now, or is he a dragon person right now?
He's a human person right now.
Good, because that would be a little more intimidating. Gonna walk up to him, and I'm kind of gonna look at him for a little bit, very clearly trying to, as I am currently trying to do, work myself up to actually saying this out loud, even though they can't hear me. So I haven't ever actually said it out loud in any way, shape, or form since it happened. Fuck. My hands are literally sweating right now. God.
I see that you are nervous.
I was not exaggerating when I said that this would have me hanged. So, pardon me if I'm a little hesitant.
Your secret will be safe with me.
Yeah, I believe that. I'm gonna take a step closer, and I am going to tell him.
What are you gonna say?
In one very, very long moment of stupidity, burned down one of the biggest sun trees on the continent.
Oh, go ahead.
And I let other people take the fall.
That was you, young half-elf.
Yeah. That was me.
He starts to smile. You guys all see this wide, beaming smile that crosses his face. That will not have you hung. That would have you damned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pelor himself planted that tree.
Yep.
Has he not cursed you for it?
In a manner of speaking. And I will kind of like pull down my cloak a little bit. And there's the lovely little black
veins, yeah.
Going up the neck.
That is a big secret. I find it worthy.
Joy.
He gives a wave of his hand, and when he extends it to you, there is a diamond, probably the size of a grapefruit.
Holy sh! Okay.
You may break it into pieces if you need. Or shall I?
I mean, I'm not a jeweler, so please feel free.
He places another hand on top of it, spins them together, and produces a bag. I tried to turn that sound off, you guys, and it's not working. I'm literally scrolling through, trying to figure out how to turn that off. As it were. He hands you the bag.
Is that a heavy bag?
Yes.
I'm gonna like peek inside of it.
50 diamonds.
Cool. And I'm gonna like shut that real quick. Oh god, okay. Thank you. Yep. Think okay.
Do you have another secret?
I think that was the big kahuna. Let me I'll think on it. I'm gonna like real awkwardly like sort of bow a little bit, holding the big bag of things. I'll think. Thank you. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go straight for Sparkles. And I'm gonna say, Spaghetti, I need your creepy bag. Give me the creepy bag.
Sure, okay.
Open the bag.
I'm gonna like open the diamond bag real quick and be like, fucking look.
What?
Yep. And I'm gonna zip it up and drop it into the bag. And I'm gonna go continue to contemplate my life and choices. Tag someone else's it. Yeah.
Would anyone else care to approach?
I leave the creepy bag with Kesra and I walk up.
young celestial daughter?
Recently. Madi died. And then he died. I wished I was dead too. I am bound to another through my own choices. But I love him.
I see. Stay here a moment. He walks away. And he comes back carrying a massive chest. But far too big for him to be able to truly carry. And he sets it down in front of you.
Thank you. Can I pick it up?
No.
Cool.
You can open it.
I open it.
It's full heavy armor. Magically enchanted heavy armor.
I call Kesra over.
Yeah?
You can use this.
Yeah, but isn't this like your secret prize?
I don't think this would fit me.
Are you? You're
I look up at Gravados. Is that his name?
Yes. Gravados, yes.
Cool.
He looks at you, Kesra.
I mean, oh yeah, all right, sure.
You have +1 splint armor.
Fuck yeah! All right. I'm just okay.
Kesra, bring the bag over and we can put it in pieces. We can swap it out later.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
You are free to stay as long as you need to here. You do not have to go immediately.
I mean, how many days is it from here to the well? Is it like
Perhaps 2. Perhaps 3.
The offer is appreciated, but we need to leave.
You will be cutting it close, regardless.
Yes.
okay? I'm gonna take the +1 splint. I guess. If you want it back at any.
Ezra, I have no use for it.
Okay. All right. Take it. I'm gonna go back. Start putting it. back on. Anybody else? This guy gives some pretty good presents. Prizes.
Mondi walks up. None of you hear what he says. But the silver dragon reaches into his pocket, gives him a ring. Mondi walks back.
Anybody else?
Alexander will step forward and bow deeply to Gravados. And I walk up to him and get close. And I say, I see that you have a bit of a skeleton problem on the slopes of your mountain.
They keep certain people away. It is not my concern.
Indeed. But there is one in the world who might make them a real concern. The Mad Lich King, an exarch of Vecna, works with the Empress of Zandaria.
What a secret. Derived from the god of secrets himself. I accept. You are a wizard, yes?
I am.
He walks away. And he comes back with a book.
No freaking way.
He gently touches the cover. I will tell you a secret. This belonged to the Empress of a long ago day. Her name was Zandaria. She was the wife of Quan Mal Massier. Now, do not get your hopes up. It is not that good. The spells in it are useful. But it is who it is from that is more interesting, I think. Your secret was very, very big. For that, I will allow you to request an item for one of your comrades.
I would request something for Leona. She recently lost something very dear to her in an attack by some fiends. And she has been, at least I am led to believe, less effective without it.
I see. I see. One moment. He walks away. He's gone for quite some time. And you hear a bit of rummaging. As the dungeon master searches for the right thing.
Just see kind of spumes of gold kind of popping up everywhere.
And he comes back with a lute engraved with 2 wolves, a bear, a rabbit, a pair of swans, all surrounded by a snake. I will send you guys the image in Discord. No! Boom. He hands it to you, Alexander. This is a DOS lute. 1 of 7. I think she will find it quite appropriate.
I think so as well. Your generosity is most generous. Thank you.
One day, as you step away, he speaks louder for all of you to hear. One day my hoard will be plundered after I go. I would prefer it to see it in the hands of good creatures like yourselves. Miss Leona.
Did I already? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he gives you the loot.
I'm distracted.
I get the sense that you do not have many secrets.
None that are worth these treasures you're giving in return, I'm afraid.
Very well. Use that loot well. Tell your stories. Seek out more wonders. And I hope you all find exactly what it is that you're looking for. And that's go ahead.
I just said thank you.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Yay!
Congratulations.
We have so many diamonds.
Real though.
You have
Thank God.
50
My
diamonds worth
my gosh.
10 gold pieces each.
Oh. So
50 worth 10 each. Okay.
500.
500.
Oh.
So I can cast Revivify once.
Hey. Down for Revivify once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
I'm sorry.
Hard same.
Let's do 600. Let's make it even. So there's 60 gold pieces worth 600 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Okay.
Okay.
Do Revivify twice.
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Mindy, you have a DOS loot.
And I'm looking at it.
You see
There's
it?
so many things.
Alexander, I will send you a list of spells in your spell book.
Sweet.
And Kate, you have +1 splint armor.
My AC's 18 now, bitches.
Would you like to see what your armor looks like?
Yeah. Also, she may decide she has another secret next week. We'll see.
Oh, if you have another secret now, we can go ahead and do it now.
I mean, she was gonna tell him her real name.
Oh, why don't we do that? Let's do that real quick.
Cool. Trying to decide. Trying to decide if I'm gonna be mean or not, and actually say it out loud.
I think you should say it out loud, but that's just
I
me.
think I should say it out loud. I mean, obviously everyone else is biased, but
You walk back up to the dragon?
yeah, might as well. Yeah, walk back up. Say, you've already given us like a hell of a lot of hell of a lot of good stuff. I'm still kind of dealing with it's fine. So it's not as big of a secret, obviously, as before. Probably, honestly, the smallest secret that you have been given so far. But it's still a secret. None of these jerkwads know it, so not many people actually know it anymore. So,
What is your secret?
it's my, as far as I'm aware, it's my real name. So, it's Kestrel Sandovaran. So,
Kestrel Sandovaran.
as far as I'm aware.
Do you know what Sandovaran means?
Probably something shitty. Wouldn't be surprised.
It is a name given to bastard children and orphans. It is not your real name.
Well.
Perhaps you will find your true name one day.
Sorry for the shitty secret then.
It is not it is not.
Chalk that up to me. Almost made an ancient silver dragon say shit. It's pretty good.
He laughs. And then he summons another bag for you. He hands it over. 50 platinum pieces. Chalk that one up to this ancient silver dragon
Yep.
for making you choke on your own spit.
Yep. 50,000. Yep. Think. Yep. I'm gonna like bow to him again, and like back up and like bow again. And I'm gonna like scuttle back over real fast.
You guys look, and he seems quite amused with himself.
Oh, and I'm gonna pop it right into the black hole bag.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. You guys did great.
You did that.
Hey.
You guys finally got some magic items, and you didn't even have to fight for it.
Thank God.
Thank the Lord.
Oh.
Oh gosh, music's getting real over here. So, I'm going to be out of the country next week. We will not be having Open for Adventure next Monday. Tomorrow night, however, we will be having a solo session. And that solo session will be with Marshall and Ray.
Ooh.
Hey.
So if you would like to tune in tomorrow at around 6 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time, I will update the Discord and the Twitter if that changes. Tomorrow night, tune in. We also have one more announcement. I should announce it during the break. Totally forgot about it, you guys. I'll announce it again tomorrow. But as of 45 seconds from now, we have another t-shirt in our store. This t-shirt is honoring none other than our very own Kesra Sandovarin, or whatever her name is going to be now.
It's still Kesra. It's still Stormbreaker. It's fine.
I'm going to take a screenshot and send it to you guys on Discord because it's pretty great. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna buy one pretty soon. Boom. It should now officially be up in the merch store. You might need to refresh your cache. The Leona tea is now back up to $25. You can still purchase it. It's just not on sale anymore. And of course, you can buy our Third Watch mug by Arlyn Arts. Oh, here it is. Ta-da! It's beautiful. This Kesra t-shirt will be up until we play our next full-time session, which will be 2 weeks from today. And on that day, we will release our Monty shirt. It will be very good. For now, thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll go ahead and sign off. Deirdre, you want to start us off?
As soon as I unmute myself. I'm Kate. You can find me on Twitter at KatesD8s. You can find me on Twitch and Discord at Kates and D8s. And I play Deirdre.
I'm Mindy. I play Leona. You can find me on Twitter at MKAY1713. Doing stuff.
Hi, I'm also Kate, and you can find me on Twitter and everywhere else important at Very Pale Ale, and I played Kesra.
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I play Alexander, and you can find me on Instagram at Revenant_ceramics.
And I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Camille. You can find me on Twitter at CamilleDoesDND. You can also find our channel on Twitter at Open4Adventure. Woo! Come check us out. We have a great time. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for y'all. Let's go ahead and roll those credits. Bye, guys.